Feeling tightness and stiffness in your shoulder? Keep watching this video for 3 exercises to improve the pain-free mobility of your shoulder. It's not fun to feel stiffness and achiness in your shoulder. You can have pain when you're raising your arm up. You might be lifting weights and you feel clicking or popping or stiffness in your shoulder. And a lot of times that perceived stiffness and tightness is due to having weakness of your rotator cuff. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you 3 exercises to strengthen the external rotators. These are muscles of the rotator cuff. The rotator cuff consists of 4 muscles and they surround the glenohumeral joint. They form a cuff around the top of the head of the humerus. Now, if you tell your physical therapist that your rotator cuff hurts, then they might find that a little bit humorous. But dad jokes aside, guys, the rotator cuff is really important for shoulder strength, so I'm gonna be showing you guys with Amanda right now some 3 exercises that you can do with Evercore mini bands. So the very first thing that you guys are gonna do is you're gonna take this band, you're gonna put it in your hands, and you're gonna be doing pull apart. So you're gonna be keeping your elbows at your side, you're gonna be moving the band to your side just like that. Keep your shoulder blades down and back, and you're gonna externally rotate the shoulder. That's gonna strengthen the teres minor, it's gonna strengthen the infraspinatus. Okay, those are 2 very important rotator cuff muscles, and we're activating the shoulder this way. You can do about 3 sets of 10 to 15 repetitions. Now, another variation you can do is you're gonna just hold it here and put tension through that band and maintain this. This is called an isometric contraction. It's when you're just stabilizing and holding the resistance without moving your joint. You can hold for about 30 seconds to a minute. And thankfully for Amanda, I'm not gonna make you hold for a minute. And then the next version is to do it quickly, where you go really quick like this. That's more plyometric movement through this rotator cuff muscle. That's for more speed and increasing the recruitment of that muscle with quick movements. And so that's another important variation to work if you're an athlete and if you do anything that's overhead or anything that requires a lot of demand from your shoulder, okay? Now, the next exercise you can do for the rotator cuff is to do drivers. So you're gonna move the mini band around your wrists like this. You're gonna create some tension by pulling the band apart, and then you're gonna go ahead and pretend like you're driving a car and turning a steering wheel. So you're moving one arm up, one arm down, and Amanda is firing her external rotators when her shoulders are in these different positions. So the top arm here is close to 90 degrees, then it's moving down lower, and she's basically just taking the shoulder joint and she's maintaining that resistance against the mini bands. So it's a good way to strengthen the external rotators. This is something that you can do for maybe 30 seconds at a time, maybe a minute at a time, and if you do this, your shoulder will be on fire. It's a great way to stimulate those external rotators. For the 3rd exercise, we want to start to incorporate some of that external rotation strength that we've gained into our active shoulder flexion. So an important motion for the shoulder is to raise the arm up overhead. That's shoulder flexion, when your arm goes upward. So we want to make sure that the rotator cuff muscles are going to be active as you're elevating the arms up. A lot of times when there's weakness in the rotator cuff, those muscles they don't stabilize the head of the humerus, and the head of the humerus will elevate and it'll ride up, and it could pinch tendons in your shoulder and it can cause pain. So in order to ensure that your glenohumeral joint is nicely centered in the socket, we want to strengthen these external rotators. So now we're going to engage those external rotators by pulling apart with the band. Then you're going to elevate the shoulders up as you're raising it up and then bringing it back down. And that whole time, you're just maintaining that external rotation. So you're trying to make sure that your hands don't go in, because as you start to fatigue, the hands will go in. You want to try to keep the wrists out. You're going to go up overhead just like that. And you're strengthening the external rotators, and I know Amanda can feel this. You're gonna feel the burn when you do these 3 exercises. So if you are experiencing tightness and stiffness in your shoulder, then one of the best things for you to do is to work on strengthening your rotator cuff muscles. These are excellent exercises to do before you do bench press at the gym, before you do shoulder workouts. These are just great exercises to incorporate in your daily routine. And when you work on these for injury reduction and injury management, that's known as Prehab. So Evercore is all about prehabbing and rehabbing your body so you could build strength and resiliency in your body. So Amanda, if you want strong and resilient shoulders, get some Evercore mini bands, start doing these exercises at the gym and at home, and you're gonna build strong and mobile shoulders.